All right, guys, this is a really high in demand topic. I'm getting a lot of questions. Everyone is asking me about moisturization. What moisturization should you use when you have a certain type of skin? I'm going to explain everything to you in a very clear, concise manner so as to avoid any kind of confusion to do with moisturization. So moisturization is serving a couple of purposes, and the number one purpose is your skin is first and foremost a protective organ. So we need to do everything we can in order to preserve the integrity of your skin or your barrier. So moisturization is basically a protective mechanism. We are trying to moisturize, or we are trying to protect this very important organ, and that's your skin. By regularly moisturizing your skin, you're doing a couple of things. You are preventing water loss from the surface of your skin. We need to conserve water, because whatever happens, water is the fuel of life. You need to, and there are many ways we can do this, but for ease of understanding, I'm going to divide it into three main groups. Yes, let's divide it into three main groups. So this way we will all know what is happening. So I want to let you know a little bit about the biochemistry as well, because it's important that you know what you're applying on your skin so you can read the labels and you know and you shop really smartly. You don't have to rely on people like me. You can just do it on your own. So that's why I want to equip you. I want to empower you. So when you go out shopping, you know that these are the ingredients I'm going to look out for depending on your skin type. So what are we trying to do? We are trying to, number one, prevent the water loss. So because your skin is dry or the condition outside is dry and it's hot, you want to prevent excessive water loss. So there will always be surface evaporation going on daily. So that is not an abnormal thing. You want to prevent the excessive loss because you want to conserve that water. We're going to use something, and those substances or compounds are known as occlusives. So this is group number one. I promised you that I'm going to make moisturization really easy, and that's what I'm going to do. So the number one group of agents that we're going to use topically to help you retain the moisture in your skin is occlusives. These are a group of compounds that are basically going to act like a saran wrap. So if you use a cellophane wrap or a saran wrap in your kitchen, you exactly know what I mean. What these occlusive agents are going to do, they will form a nice thin film on your skin, and they're going to prevent that excessive water loss. They'll also prevent substances from getting in. So you don't want particulate matter, aerotoxins, harmful small particulate matter that is present in the smog and in the pollution. You don't even want that to get in. So occlusive agents are important. So now you know what occlusive agents are doing. They're forming a thin layer, and they're usually fat soluble. So occlusive agents are usually fat soluble, meaning that they're going to recognize the surface lipids on your skin, and they will dissolve and they'll be picked up by your skin, and they're going to form a nice film. So further waterproofing your skin, because your skin surface lipids that you already have are waterproofing your skin. They are waterproofing your skin, meaning that water is things are being bounced back, and they're being prevented from getting in and coming out. So your skin is a naturally waterproofed barrier. By adding occlusive agents, you're further waterproofing your barrier. You are preventing the loss of water, transepidermal water loss. Remember that if you are interested. We are preventing that by using occlusive agents. What's an example of occlusive agents? So the number one gold standard is petrolatum, derived from crude oil. Others are hemp seed oil, grapeseed oil, soybean oil, beeswax, propylene glycol, lanolin, dimethicones or silicones. These are all occlusive agents. So what they're doing is they're forming a thin layer on your skin. They're preventing transepidermal water loss, meaning they're conserving the important water that is being lost excessively because of various reasons. And this way, you are helping to increase the water content of your skin by using these occlusive agents. And they're very important. They're the gold standard in dermatology. So someone asked me the other day that this doctor on the Instagram was holding up Vaseline close to their face. Can I apply Vaseline on my face? Disease, with illness, with climate conditions, with your diet, with so many things, things can happen, and moisture content may decrease. So what are we going to do with humectants? Humectants are actually beautiful substances because they're a sponge. So remember that occlusives are like a saran wrap Whereas cellophane, humectants are like a sponge. They're going to draw water from the atmosphere, and it's going to take it into your stratum corneum or the epidermis. A lot of studies showed that high glycerine formulations were actually extremely beneficial and resulted in superior hydration as opposed to any other humectant. So glycerine is a very interesting chemical because it resembles your own natural moisturizing factors. Natural moisturizing factors are produced by your skin cells, and they contain urea, lactate, amino acids, fatty acids, different things. So this is why I really like glycerine. I do want to mention one thing about petrolatum, that it tends to be very oily and greasy. People don't like to use it because they feel that it's quite greasy. So then comes the power of formulation, where within those occlusive agent formulations, we can add other ingredients. We can add humectants, we can add peptides and various other things to make it less greasy, to make it more cosmetically acceptable. The other most commonly used occlusive agent is lanolin. Now, lanolin has this reputation of causing sensitization. So it can sensitize. It's derived from the oil glands of sheep, and it can sensitize the skin. So now you have products that are lanolin free, but this is also a very common occlusive agent. But if you don't want to use petrolatum and you don't want to use lanolin containing ingredients, try hemp seed oil. It's a heavy oil, a grape seed oil. These are heavy oils. They're going to also have a nice occlusive effect as well. I'm going to mention ideal moisturizers for your face, so just stay with me and bear with me. But Vaseline is great for lips. It's really chapped lips. It works wondrously. If you have dry patches on your face somewhere and you don't have an issue with acne, you can certainly try Vaseline, but usually people don't like Vaseline on their face, and it also tends to worsen acne because it's quite occlusive, and you don't want that if you have oily skin. We have, believe it or not, these beautiful substances already in our skin. We have hyaluronic acid, we have lactate, we have natural moisturizing factors. We have all these beautiful things in our skin already, but with age, all these things decline. Depending on the type of humectant used, you'll have that level of hydration. The most hydrating humectant of all, as shown by studies, is glycerine. And then you'll ask me why? Glycerine is almost identical to your own natural moisturizing factors. Your own natural moisturizing factors that are made by your skin cells, your corneocytes. They resemble glycerine. Before I continue with humectants, I'm going to give you a few examples. So, hyaluronic acid, sodium hyaluronate, hydroxy acids, glycerine, sorbitol, urea, lactate. There are lots of humectants available, but I'm going to just mention the important ones quickly. I do want you to remember this thing, which is a very important point. So if you remember, I asked all of you that, is moisturization dangerous? And a lot of you said no, and a lot of you said yes, but a lot of you said it's not dangerous. The thing is, it is dangerous. The thing with humectants is this: if the humidity levels outside are high, so 80% or more, your humectants are going to love it. They're going to pull in all the moisture from that water-rich environment and send it into your epidermis, and your epidermis will be really happy, and the cells will be nice and plump, and they'll be drinking up the water, and they'll be quite happy. This is the issue with humectants. If the humidity levels fall down, so if you're in an environment with humidity levels, let's say 30%, 40%, 50%, 60%, so the humidity levels are going down, and you are continuously applying all these humectants I've mentioned, so urea, lactate, hyaluronic acid, whatever, what is going to happen? These humectants are going to reverse their actions. They're going to start pulling in water from your dermis and sending it outside to your epidermis. So what it's going to do, it's going to dry out your skin. So the humectants actually will pull the water from the dermis, they'll take it up to the epidermis, and the water is going to be lost. So overusage of humectants in really dry conditions is going to dry out your skin. Please remember that, because a lot of people make this really big mistake. Is the other danger. The other danger, not with humectants, sorry, I forgot to mention it in occlusives. if you are going to over occlude your skin, so you are going to keep on applying petrolatum or the Vaseline all day long, you're going to over moisturize. That means overuse of occlusive agents will result in what? It will result in, number one, infection and a breach of the barrier, because you are clogging up your skin, you are suffocating your skin. All that water is just, it's too occlusive. That water doesn't have anywhere to go, because evaporation from the surface of your skin is very important. But if you're going to completely occlude it, your skin cells are going to swell up, you will have a fragility break, you'll have the introduction of microbes, and you will actually have infection. Hence, an overuse of humectants is not going to help you. It's going to dry out your skin in low humidity conditions. Overuse of occlusives is going to result in a breach of your barrier, and it will result in infection. So you need to follow my timetable. Please go to my YouTube channel, Cuticonscious Skincare Consultants, and see the dosage chart that I've created. Please just use that amount, because overuse of anything good is bad. You don't want to over moisturize, you don't want to under moisturize. Just use the doses that I've mentioned. I have converted them for you, so you don't have to do anything. Just go to that chart and apply that dosage to any moisturization, whether it's face or body. Please apply those